Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Welcome back to an episode of Wrestling Around, and this week we're going to do a little bit of a special, but we'll talk about that later. Before we get to that, joining me is the world famous Terry Peters. At last, you're back. You've missed a few weeks, but you've decided to show up for this one.
Yeah, I've been here half, most.
Yeah, half, and then but the week before you were there, was you?
Was I not?
No. I don't know.
I was there for the main bit last week. That's all that matters, isn't it?
You won your streaming thing.
I did. I won the Road to Legends thing, so I am a Road to Legend.
That was about 2 months ago, wasn't it?
It was last time I was on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
Absolute disgrace.
I was a busy boy.
Yeah.
The world's filled. We can go out again. I'm a busy boy again.
You're not busy, are you? You've been going curtain shopping.
Oh, I fucked them up as well, didn't I?
Of course you did.
Dude, don't... So they don't meet in the middle, or they do, and then it leaves gaps either sides, and they're a little bit... I'll send you a picture later. It's fucking incredible.
Oh, that's what it's doing, guys, instead of being on the show.
And then in the living room, the ones that we bought when we moved in, again, they're a little bit short on either side when you pull them across. It's all good. The Terry Peters household is the most Terry Peters.
How would he short, though? Should he just bang a tape measure across and say, I don't know, that's like 1.5 meters. Right, I'll get curtains that are 1.5 meters.
You've met me, haven't you?
It's just gone and bought curtains, Ross. That's the thought process.
I don't understand how you work.
You've met me, haven't you?
Yeah, he's gone out and he's gone, curtains, they'll do. He's bought them. And I think they'll fix the window, because every window's the same, right? That's been Peter's thinking, guaranteed it.
It's not a million miles off that. We wrote it down, then didn't really understand what we wrote down when we were in the shop, and got some of the sizes that we wrote down.
What is this to understand?
You wrote them the wrong way around. So like, yeah.
What is this to understand about writing it down?
They're really long. Yeah.
No. The thing is right. It's just the bit in the middle. But we went to B&M, which don't have the greatest of sizes ever anyway. But big shout out to B&M, because what a wonderful shop that is, by the way.
I don't understand how
you can pick up like a litre can of lager for like £2.
Never been.
You've never been to B&M?
No, I don't think so.
Right, next Peter's Pints. We're going to B&M beforehand.
No, we're not.
For a warm-up drink.
We're not going to B&M beforehand.
He's promised it now.
You can go in your own time.
We stick to our promises on Wrestling Around Us.
Yeah, exactly. This stream is not sponsored by B&M either.
I go in there to get all my cleaning products.
Oh yeah, it's great for stuff like that. You can pick up everything for £1.
Is it not just Wilco? I don't know.
No, it's better than Wilco.
Yeah, he's got all my brands in it.
Yeah, it's got more stuff in it, and you can pick up all the American sweets and stuff like that. It's incredible.
You can buy sweet pizza.
Got garden centre.
I don't know. Have I got one near me?
You'd like it. 3 litre bottles of Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Oh, but then he goes flat roast, I'm a can guy now.
Well, they do cans and things.
Glass bottle for me.
That's the only way to drink Coke.
Otherwise, I'm not having it.
Glass bottle.
No, I saw a video of us. Rhett and Link, who always do ridiculous stuff like this. But they actually did a taste test, and I think they found that cans were better overall.
I'm not having it.
Sure, it was cans that were.
I'm going to be a Philistine. Don't really know the difference.
B&M. I've got a B&M store with garden centre. Is that a big one?
Yeah, that's better because you get all the garden stuff. That's
a while walk away. That
it is incredible. B&M. You can get wrestling figures in there as well.
You can get anything in the world.
Yeah, literally, it's got the entire world in there. You can buy us. We're just sitting on the shelves. Podcast for sale. If you want to buy us and come sponsor us.
Well, it's a big walk, but I can do it one day.
It's you go in wanting to spend £2, and every time you come out and spend 70 quid without
half an hour walk.
Yeah, get on it.
There's a Starbucks opposite. Oh, there's a Lidl. No, that's where Lidl is apparently. Okay.
Also a great shop.
Yeah, I'm just giving away my location, ain't I?
Yeah.
So
but there's like a circle.
Everyone knows that I live within a half an hour radius of B&M and Lidl.
But where I live, there's a B&M and Lidl next to each other.
I know, but I've already got my city away, ain't I? Previously.
It's exactly the same place, isn't it, Ross?
People are going to be building a profile up of me.
Chinese as well is you don't know where he lives. It's Lew Wackham.
Back.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
You've gone into witness protection.
I'm just going to get like Sidgwick at my door, trying to kill me.
What's his problem? He did something else to annoy me. I can't remember what it was. Do you know what, right? If we did recorded when I get annoyed, the internet community, I'd slay him all the time. It's just we do it a week later and I always forget.
Yeah. You do get pretty annoyed on these records, I know.
I've got a question that's non-wrestling related. Do we have any superstitions between us?
I have loads of superstitions.
Specifically for the football tonight.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm asking. Because
it depends.
My bum fluff could do with the trim, but I've not shaved it since the tournament started, so I don't want to shave it.
I don't have any like mad superstitions, but I will. If we go to City and we lose, I will not wear that T-shirt again.
When we got to the FA Cup final, I wore and when we got to the FA Cup final, I wore the same boxers every round.
Do I wear a shirt?
I still blame myself for the FA Cup final because I didn't take the jacket I took to the semi-final.
I
did take the hat.
Yeah, that was a successful hat.
I wore the same boxers every round.
I don't know. I've got lots of superstitions.
Yeah, I'm not wearing my England shirt tonight because the last time I wore it was the semi-final against Croatia.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm also torn, right, between doing the same spread that I did for the semi-final, but it involved pizza.
No, I do the same.
As we play in Italy, can we have?
Yeah, of course you can.
Because it's that's basically supporting Italy, isn't it?
No, I mean I've sworn off pasta. I don't think I can swear off pizza.
Talking. Who's ringing?
Oh, that's just some dude outside. Don't worry about him.
How loud's his phone?
Everything like in the courtyard outside my flat / house / whatever this is, we don't know. Stop giving my location away. Lou.
Loft
is it's just really loud. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Yeah, of course you can have pizza on your spread anyway.
Yeah, I had pizza last night as well.
Is war.
Yeah, but I did have pizza last night. But that was like kind of like calm before the storm kind of thing.
I think I'm going to settle it with a neutral Chinese.
Chinese, yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe like going American or something.
Actually, I don't know what I'm doing for food because I'm going out.
No, you need to get food.
You need to have food, not just a can of tuna.
Yeah,
as I've been informed you've done in the past.
That was the FA Cup final one. Yeah, I can't remember what year it was. Peter was like, "I'm gonna have a tea," and he just opened a can of tuna.
What was the one where he thought he was gonna get thrown off the bus because he was sick?
That was the FA Cup semi-final.
Yeah,
that's I'd foolishly been out, and
no, it's because he left like a fucking humongous turd. Bottom of the toilet.
yeah. That was you sick, right?
I was sick.
I was sick as well.
Mine was like Liverpool away on New Year's Day.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. So basically, Terry Peters was drunk. He had McDonald's with him. I think McDonald's breakfast.
I'd been out the night before. Looking back now, don't really know why I did that. I'd been to Welly the night before.
He had a turd in the toilet.
Didn't have a turd. I was sick, and the toilet didn't flush, and then it cooked all afternoon on the bus on a very red hot bus.
And and the people at the back of the bus were spraying deodorant. It smelled like that.
It's rancid.
I am so glad no one was sat next to me on that bus journey.
You actually thought he was going to get kicked out?
Yeah.
Someone did sit next to him. They was eating your sandwiches, weren't they?
No, that was the FA Cup final. No, that was semi-final. No, that was on the way back, and he was on the wrong bus. He ate my pastrami sandwiches, a dick. His pink wig. If you're listening, still not forgiving you.
Yeah, well, you ruined.
And then he smeared the bread all up the window. Knob.
But you ruined the people at the back's time because you did a horrendous.
I ruined my own time.
You thought he was going to get thrown off, and then for some reason the bus stopped, didn't it? And you was actually nearly crying because you thought you was going to get kicked off.
I was so over that day. I was so
then the bus driver went, "Who did the turn?" And I was like, "Oh fuck."
He was actually going, "Why is it stopped? They're not going to kick me off. They're not going to kick me off. Why would they kick me off?" Imagine it just being eyed out on the whatever M1 or something.
No, it was in London, wasn't it? Inner city London, North London. That'd have been a turn for the
Throw it out Croydon. Where's Croydon? That's South London, isn't it? You know,
one of the North London. Hackney, North London.
That's the one.
I could get a Hackney carriage back home. Get an original Hackney carriage. Cost me about $1,000.
But in terms of, I don't think I have superstitions. Everyone likes to make up, don't they? Oh well, I put my right foot shoe on first, and my left, like football boot. Well, you make that up, pal. You don't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
People make that up, don't they? People just do that anyway because if you're right-handed, you tend them to do things on your right first. It's just what it is.
Yeah. Although when I used to work at Nationwide, I used to I can't just give you all my details today.
My social security number was.
Yeah, there's like
just tell your address, Lou, and your phone number.
There's like a big road sign outside, and if I walked under that, which is meant to be bad luck, then my till would balance at the end of the day. Because but if not, then I it wouldn't, and I'd have a fucking nightmare trying to balance my till.
I used to hate trying to balance tills.
It's the worst.
I used to avoid going on tills for that reason. It got to a point where when there was a call for someone from my department to go till, I just went and hid in the stock room.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Once did it as well. This is Peter's customer service. Some man and woman started walking towards me with some item of clothing. I picked some up and just fucked off into the back, so I didn't have to deal with them because I just couldn't be arsed.
Oh, I used to do that nationwide. Like if there was a big
3 weeks later.
A big queue and there was like a customer who was like, an idiot, and there's a lot of them. Then I would just go for lunch. I need the toilet. I need to go. Yeah, because they put down to use a cash machine.
The only ones who come into banks.
Yeah.
We went to a bank once to I can't think it's HSBC.
You went in to get 20 quid out, didn't you? Because everyone was really bad. It was really embarrassing.
I went in to move 5 people when I got to them. No, we went in and it was to have a student card. I think it was you had to go in because otherwise we wouldn't have gone in. And she obviously didn't want to do anything else until it was closing. So she sat us down and talked us through online banking. And I was like, we're like 25. We know what's going on.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing.
Oh, dear.
Right, so when you want to finish, click this log out button and then make sure you click, you show you want to log out, click yeah. I was like, well, yeah, because I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know how to log in and log out. Outrageous.
So if you are here for a wrestling podcast, we're sorry.
Yeah, well, it's come home already. So
there's been more wrestling. There's been more wrestling content in this one than last week's anyway. So don't worry about it.
Well, I listened back to that. And it was, I think, my favorite episode of all time. We discussed what wrestlers we want to have a pint with.
That is true. We settled on Vince. No,
Sheamus, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was just about to say Sheamus would be my choice. He looks like a fella.
Yeah. Not Michael Cole, definitely not.
No,
yeah, so
not
annoying.
Michael Cole. We both decided that we'd like to go for a pint with Old School Kane.
Yeah,
yes, I think. And I had a nice sandwich, and do you know what? I wish I had another one coming.
Yeah, that's true. You did.
I don't have a sandwich coming. It's a bit annoying. But since you're both back, you know what we can do? We can do at last feuds we'd like to see.
Yes,
right. I'm unprepared for this because I forgot who the people even are and what the stipulation is.
So I've got some notes. Hang on, let me get my notes up. Yeah,
and my pen is downstairs, so I can't write anything either.
It's Keith Lee versus Aleister Black. They're fighting
Malachi Black.
No, Aleister Black.
Malachi.
No, well, it's Malachi anyhow, but
that's the same thing, isn't it?
It's Aleister Black.
Weird, isn't it?
Malachi Black sounds like he could be like a teacher in Harry Potter or something.
Malachi Black sounds like some singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Why has he got a black eye?
Because Seth Rollins took it out.
Obviously, his first feud's against Cody as well.
Yeah, but it's we'll just skip it to the next section now. So we'll get back to you. Would you like to see?
No, we're not doing it. Hold it, because Peter's on 41 and he's distracting. So it's Keith Lee versus Aleister Black, a bacon pan.
Okay.
Either aluminium or glass. And
bacon
it's a table
pan, as in
bacon.
Bacon. I thought you said bacon.
You can put bacon on there if you want.
No, that's well, I might.
No, bacon pan's like a big. I was thinking it's like a roasting tray.
Yeah, I've got you. Yeah.
Aluminium or glass.
Yeah.
Right.
Tables match. Terry Peters, you've not been here yet, so you're going first.
Fuck's sake. Right, Big Keith, backstage, and he's promoting WWE's new cookbook. You know, like the one where they had in like the early 2000s of the Attitude Era, like where they broil shrimp and stuff like that, like Shane McMahon's broiled shrimp, whatever broiling is. So he's doing some advertising for that, and he cooking, and he's turning around, takes the tray out of the oven, turns around. Oh no, Aleister Black's there. Hits him in the face with it by mistake because Aleister Black's creeping for some reason. Takes his other eye out, so Aleister Black is now sightless.
Registered blind.
Yes, he is Adam Holland.
Shout
out to Adam Holland and his new bed. So he's now ready. So yeah, he's now can't see. So he has to feel his way around all these matches now. But then secretly, Aleister Black can actually see out of the other eye that was taken out. So Keith's then tormenting him, trying to just burn him with things like that. But Aleister can feel heat, so he's like ducking and diving all the time with that. And then it comes to a head one day where they are in catering, and Aleister Black accidentally dodges the heat that he can feel off this another baking pan when Keith Lee's tormenting him. Accidentally puts Zelina Vega through a table. his own wife, accidentally knocks her over through the table. So then Keith's like, "Oh, you disgrace! You're a disgrace!" Blah blah blah. Challenges him to a table match, where the tables are made out of baking trays, glass baking trays, tables. So, and then the winner is Keith Lee. Gets an unexpected win, and then he does actually make Aleister Black registered blind. There you go. That was a male.
Well, beat that if you can.
Well, I thought about this, but I've not written down as much as I thought. I just do some sort of party scene. But right, so imagine this was last week, right? And it was the 4th of July. What happens on the 4th of July on any SmackDown or Raw that happens to be on the 4th of July?
Kevin Owens gets a pie to the face.
You've ruined the story. There's a backstage thing, right? Backstage party. Teddy Long's there. Normally with like Crystal or something, or Layla. But anyway, they're there. And so Kevin Owens pops in and goes, "Right, do you know what? It's been 5 years, but who threw the fucking pie? We want to find out, right?" And then Keith Lee goes, "Mr. Owens, sir, I believe the man who threw the pie was Aleister Black." And he's just sat in the corner because he was baking flapjacks. He pulls them out the oven in his baking pan. He goes, "Well, these are ruined." His Aleister God is actually the North God of flapjacks.
Lose one.
Yeah. So while Keith Lee's blaming Aleister Black for throwing the pie, he's just pulling out the flapjacks. He's like, "Well, these are ruined." And then Kevin Owens is like, "Did you throw out the pie?" Aleister, "Did you throw the pie?" And Aleister Black says, "I did not throw the pie," because he's judge.
What was that action? For fuck's sake.
So anyway, he gets the flapjacks out because they're ruined anyway. And Kevin Owens like, "Did you throw the pie? Like, why would Keith Lee lie?" Keith Lee's like, "I would not lie. Aleister Black threw the pie." It's like,
I hate Keith Lee, Dr. Seuss.
Because that's how he talks. That's how he does his promos. That's a fact. If you listen to a Keith Lee promo, it's exactly the same as that, right? So then there's a freeway argument, and there's a bit of a melee, and basically, Aleister Black takes the baking pan with the flapjacks in to the face, but it's an aluminium baking pan. Because you won't cook flapjacks in a glass pan.
It'd be too what?
Yeah, it'd be absurd, wouldn't it?
Just change the heat too much, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It just won't be the same. So it's an aluminium pan. But anyway, it's got a big dent, and it's like the exact like bust of like Aleister Black's face. Right? So then Kevin Owens is like, this is the next week. It's like, right, I think I overreacted on the pie. Like Aleister Black wasn't on the roster. What's going on here, right? And then with that, Aleister Black throws a pie at Kevin Owens' face. Like it's just, you think it's Aleister Black, and then the next week on SmackDown again, right? Aleister Black comes out. He comes out his coffin, goes, comes out and goes, "I did not throw the pie." Like, he's Italian now. And then Keith Lee goes, "Mr. Black, I believe you did throw the pie, and I have the evidence to show it." And then he goes to like a backstage thing, but then it's obviously that it's actually Keith Lee throwing the pie, but he's got the bacon tray on. That's Aleister Black's face. And then Kevin Owens comes and goes, "Yeah, I did wonder, Aleister Black, why you were covered in metal." So then the week after, they go on the KO show. And he goes, "Yeah, I've introduced my guest, Aleister Black, and I'm going to apologize to him for accusing him." And he comes out, but it's like everyone thinks it's like Aleister Black who does it. And when you get there, when you look on closer inspection, it's actually Keith Lee with the Aleister Black bacon pan tray.
What?
And everyone's like, "What?" And then with that, he puts Kevin Owens through a table, spirit bombs him. So Kevin Owens is like out injured because Aleister Black has to fight him in a tables match in his for the honor of Kevin Owens.
Right, so your Keith Lee versus Aleister Black feud is actually Keith Lee versus Kevin Owens feud.
No, because it's a freeway feud. But further down the line, they'll probably make a triple threat or something. But in the initial feud, it's just these two. Yeah, I've just brought Kevin Owens in it because the pie.
Just the pie. This ain't going to surprise anyone, but Lou, you've won.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, what?
That was well thought out, wasn't
Terry Peters, you could have said the best one ever, and you wouldn't have won for not showing up. I'm the judge. I make the rules.
I also didn't include the North Star flapjacks of mine. So.
But you didn't name him. What was his name?
Knuckle.
Yes, thank you. There you go.
North Star flapjacks.
Yeah, that would have won you anyhow. If you do that every week, you'll probably win.
Yeah.
So Lou's on 2, Terry Peters on 3. What would you win?
What? I'm still losing. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't done it in a while.
Come on, your boy's the best, isn't he?
Oh, he's too old.
It is for £10, isn't it? So it's
What is it? First to 10.
First to 10.
Yeah.
You're gonna. If I get to 9, you're just gonna screw me over until you.
It is if you're 10 up.
You won't get to 9 after stories sound like that. Keith Lee with a metal Alistair Black face.
Yeah, but Alistair Black was registered blind.
Yeah, but I actually did impressions, which helped. You can really picture Keith Lee saying that, can you? I do believe.
So, right, who have we got this week then? We've got Reginald.
Oh, for fuck's
sake. I love that. It was just a unanimous. Oh, no.
I hate this feud already. I hate this feud. That's got to be one of the women, right? Because that's all the...
Kamala.
Okay, now my days. He's dead.
Well, he's on my list. He's going to evolve. Come on, wheel decide. Don't stop now.
Don't stop me. I thought you did like
That's it. Coasters.
Oh, for
God's sake. This is...
Oh, right. I've got something.
And the match stipulation is going to be... I'm hoping for Brian Panthers. Going to add that in.
I forgot about the match stipulation.
I've had that one recently.
What was it?
It was Hell in a Cell I Quit.
Oh, we got that.
Yeah, I think so. What do you want me to do? Hell in a Cell I Quit? You are kidding me.
What?
3 times it's called Hell in a Cell I Quit. It's going to be Money in the Bank ladder match.
Well, it is the season.
Oh.
So that's Reginald vs Kamala fighting over coasters. Or if the feud doesn't involve coasters, Money in the Bank ladder match. One day we'll get Brian Panitz.
This one would have been quite amusing for Brian Panitz, I think.
He's dead, you sick freak.
I didn't mean that, did I? Why have you picked
what else would you mean then?
Reginald and Brian Panitz.
That's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
See. So that was it for feuds we'd like to see this week.
Yeah, feuds we'd like to see. It's tape it straight. Luke 2. Can Luke fight back? Who will win the inaugural £10? I think I know who will win.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, won't we?
It's going to be me.
Yeah, no, I'd usually all on the merits. But, you know, I always say when you're not here, Peters, that your tardiness will be taken into account. So it's your own choice. Do you know what I mean?
He's going to fall off the back of his chair.
Imagine if he did, if he just collapsed. we just the death of Terry Peters.
Oh, I've stretched my stomach muscle there.
You got to think out the hits, and it'd be sad, but imagine the hits we're doing that episode.
Well, we've got a special guest next week, so.
Oh yeah, we do need to organise that, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll sort that out.
With Clyde, so.
Try and do it. Oh, my computer's frozen.
This is a really good episode now. Anyway, the Wrestling Around Weekly Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, do that.
We'll do that. So there was no show last week.
Brilliant. That's that segment over with.
It's the semi-final
from wrestling this week.
But tonight, it's the Bob and the Band qualifiers.
So what's going on tonight then?
Well, what's happening tonight is, because obviously there's only one show in between the two pay-per-views, we've got to do all the qualifiers tonight.
Goodness sake.
So there's going to be a series of tag team matches. It's going to be the lethal lottery. Random partners, winning teams go through to Bob in the Bank. What?
Who's competing?
All of them. Well, Randy Hogan, he lost, didn't he? So he's back in the mix. And also, we need to find a new challenger for Colonel Sanders' World Championship.
So if you are interested in that,
so yeah, tonight, yeah, join us and potentially Adam Pachuti at 7:30 tonight. So
what's right now? We plugged that because we didn't have anything last week.
Ross has gone. I don't know if Ross is frozen or just real serious. No, he's frozen. Yeah.
Lou, what's your wrestling take of the week then?
Well, I was going to talk about the Thunderdome closing, but the entire episode's based on that, so I'm going to leave that one for now. And I'm going to go to AEW again, even though I didn't watch it. Because one, Aleister Black's back, and WWE have helped out a bit, haven't they? They've done a full series of promos for him, re-debuted him, got his hype, and then just sent him off to AEW.
That is weird.
And he's just continuing the story, isn't he? It's like it's the same character moving across, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. That's why I was on about the Black Eye thing.
Yeah.
I don't get why they did the promos, the re-debut, and then just got rid of him.
Very, very strange.
Do you reckon Vince just saw him on the list like, I've not seen him in TV in a while, pal.
I don't know, because like every wrestler who gets released always goes, Vince liked me, but someone random, and it seems to be Nick Khan this time who's taking the fall for it. But it does seem very, very odd.
It just seems so random that they did all the stuff, put all that time and effort and money into him to re-debut him. Literally saw him on SmackDown one week and then he was gone.
Yeah. And also his wife resigned last week, which I thought would be an indicator that he would be back in WWE.
Yeah, it makes...
And now he's talking on Fear Train's Twitch channel, who works with WWE, about AEW. What?
Do you reckon this is the forbidden door that's about to open?
Maybe it's always been open.
Imagine if this was the forbidden door.
Maybe the real forbidden door was the friends we made along the way. I don't know what that means, but
no, I don't.
No,
it sounded cool.
It does, but yeah, it just feels really strange, doesn't it? That they've basically AEW have benefited from weeks of hey, Ross is back.
You're right though, because they haven't.
Right, Ross is here twice now. What's going on?
Oh my word,
we've got double Ross. Oh god, how am I going to?
I'm back.
You're back. You're back again.
I've seen double here, 4 crusties.
Can you kick one?
Excellent. Yeah, let's kick this other guy out.
And my computer restarted.
No, I think if I remove us, I'm going to ban you. So
right, we'll just leave it like that.
I did that to cousin Tom once on the family quiz tonight. So we'll just leave you both in, Ross. We'll just got you twice.
We'll get you twice.
No,
I agree. Like you say, WWE have helped AEW there, to be fair, by doing the vignettes, the promos, debuting and then letting him go.
Yeah, it's just a really strange.
Because if anything, it made people want to see him more as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
am I the only one
on that one?
Am I the only one who's not asked
about Aleister Black?
Yeah.
Oh, like in terms of like, I'm not like really like, I'm going to watch AEW now because his first feud's with Cody and he's going to probably lose to him, and like I don't really care. But it's like I just find it a weird circumstance that basically the hype for his debut was on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's more what we're on about here. That like WWE built him up, and then he's just gone to AEW doing the same thing. And it.
Can we say this right about AEW as well? I think they're shit at hyping people up. How many surprise people are we getting? Wouldn't you rather see an actual build-up to somebody coming in?
No, because when they build up, they do it too much, and Christian has really, really suffered because everyone thought they were getting Brock Lesnar.
No, but
and they got Christian.
No, but
has Christian done anything? Isn't he against Matt Hardy?
He's in a feud with Matt Hardy now, which
is what? Is this 2006
SmackDown? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, even our good pal, I won't say I've mentioned him once, so I won't actually get. But even he was like, I don't know about this. Like,
he just seems weird because you've seen that 20 years ago.
I think their take is they've never had a singles feud.
Yeah, come on. How many matches? They were some of the best WWE matches of all time.
Yeah.
I just think, I'm not even saying like Christian because it was still a surprise that it was Christian. I didn't just do some vignettes about somebody turning
it harmed him, didn't it? Because he was built up. No disrespect to Christian, like he's brilliant and everything. But I think it wasn't what people were thinking it was. I think if they'd have just said, we signed Christian, everyone was like, all right, that's really cool. But because of the way that it was hyped up and everything, everyone thought they were going to get someone a little bit
do some backstage. It doesn't happen anymore. I mean, they did it with Aleister Black on SmackDown. They didn't even think it, but just do some vignettes and then like next week come in, and then I think more people watch it. I think
like Tony Storm. She's getting a vignette treatment.
But AEW's
Tegan Knox got one, didn't she? About
AEW's entrances are always
she's
terrible.
Back.
She's back.
Tegan.
Yeah,
she's just Knox now on SmackDown. Shotzi and Knox.
Shotzi and that. Is that what they're called?
That's what they're called. They won.
Do you know what? That's quite a good. I don't mind that.
They won the debut name, Shotzi. But then it was weird because on commentary they were referring to her as Tegan Knox and Shotzi Blackheart, but it just all the graphics and stuff said just Shotzi and Knox, and that's how they were announced.
To be fair, that I like that thing where it was like a battery. Going back to 100%. I really hope she has a good run because I feel so sorry for her.
Yeah, I'm really pleased that she's got on the main roster because I thought they might be a bit wary.
I thought they would just get rid of her after 3 knee injuries, like because that's one thing to look at, isn't it? Is like the medical history.
They obviously see something in her, which is good.
Well, she's really young as well.
And obviously, it was we did, didn't we? As we saw her in WCPW.
Yeah, we did.
Old Nixon Newell.
Yeah.
Is she about 26? 25. Yeah, she's
25.
26.
Bloody hell.
26.
Yeah, and she never went through NXT UK, which is weird, isn't it?
No, but she was already signed before NXT UK.
Well, she was part of their Young Classic, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was already signed.
I thought they would have stuck her in there. Like, Noam Dar's back in there, isn't
he? Yeah.
But he's never really going to make an impact, though, is he, on the main roster, to be fair to him? Whereas I think Tegan Knox would, because like I said, they signed her quite early, didn't they, as part of the Mae Young Classic for 2018.
Yeah, she's obviously one for the future. But yeah, so I was really pleased. It's amazing like how many wrestlers that we've seen from indie shows. I say indie shows, WCPW for the most part.
NGW.
NGW. It's just mental, isn't it? Isn't it mad? It's like, when you used to go see like a band in like the Adelphi or something, and they're like, bloody hell, they're huge now.
Yeah.
Oasis.
Yeah, like Oasis, like they all start going from there and they all play there. But it's like it's the same with indie wrestlers, isn't it? You're like, wow. But
the Paddingtons, they're on the same level as Pulp and Oasis.
We all thought they were going to
probably didn't even play Adelphi.
We all thought they were going to be at one point.
I've seen them live as well.
It wasn't. I've seen them. They're probably the band I've seen live the most, to be honest. Like any sort of inkling of a festival in Hull, the Paddingtons headlining or the second headliners every time.
Love music, hate racism. That's why I saw the Paddingtons.
I think there was an article in Hull Live saying where are the Paddingtons now, and they're all up to different stuff.
They're not together, isn't it?
No, that's what it.
They did a reunion gig at one of the Humber Street Sessions, didn't
they? There we go.
Well, take of the week.
That was we're going for that. Yeah, it was Alistair Black in AW mainly, but then it went to Shotzi and Knox on SmackDown.
My take of the week is I don't know much about it. I've just seen the video of it. Is the moron who tried to get in the ring on AW.
Oh, Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho is a moron now. But you mean yeah?
Just what are you playing at, man? What are you doing?
I don't get why people feel as that they need to do it.
Well, he was doing it to impress Jim Cornette, wasn't he?
It was like the Hall of Fame guy that then Dawson? No, Dash. Just punched straight in the face, got him in a headlock and just went and just punched him straight in the mush.
Just stay out of the ring.
Yeah, not worth it.
Just what are you doing?
Have you ever seen the video where a fan storms the ring and Austin, when Hell Hebner and Triple H start laying on him?
It's Mike Chioda.
Is it Mike Chioda? I thought it was Hell Hebner.
Mike Chioda sticking the boots in.
Yeah, and Triple H does as well, because Triple H is taking a move off Austin, and then he just gets straight up and just...
Because people started complaining about that, didn't they? Saying, what are you doing that to him?
Yeah, but they're endangering you in your place of work.
Yeah, Triple H went, well, don't get in the ring then.
The thing is, at the end of the day, they're in your place of work. Your place of work's the ring. If you feel endangered, you're going to do that, aren't you?
Yeah, but if someone came into your place of work, I don't think you'd start sticking the boots in.
Well, no, but you know what I mean. Like, at the end of the day, you wouldn't anyway, would you?
Just, fam, stop going in the ring. You're not gonna. It's not real. You're not gonna. It's not like that stupid storyline that was on WWE 2K or whatever it was, where they just attacked 16 and here's a contract. You aren't gonna get a contract.
You say this, Ross, but I know a young lad, Santino Marella, who got in the ring and won the Intercontinental title. So don't tell me.
It's Canadian.
Don't tell me it doesn't happen.
Have you seen the one where a fan comes in when Eddie Guerrero's climbing the ladder and pushes it?
Yeah, he just jumps after me.
Yeah.
Stop it! The
guy who when is it? Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose had like a third guy.
No, it was Jericho.
And it was Jericho with that guy count and Sheila side before, didn't he? For a while, was just like, "Is this your guy?"
See, that one was kind of funny.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen that.
It was on pay-per-view, wasn't it?
It was like it won a Night of Champions, like 2015. It must have been, I think.
I think I've seen that.
But
you just stop it. Just don't go in the ring. You're not going to get a contract. And you know what? You deserve getting beat up.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? Because we've been looking about all the fans getting back in the arenas and stuff, and this is the downside of fans being back.
Yeah,
hit them with the ban hammer.
Yeah,
but no, this guy was like an anti-AEW guy, wasn't he? Who was like,
well,
did you see what I did? He was treating him embarrassed to come in, but also I think the guy is like mentally ill, so don't want to kind of beat on him too much because he obviously needs help. He's not getting.
That's all right. Well, let's move away from this guy. But is Jim Cornette now the Donald Trump of wrestling?
Yeah, I don't know. I know what people say about like he's very. I've not listened to his podcast because he's just.
I'm not saying he would have condoned this, but he's got like almost like a
some
cult
awful
like
shit, doesn't he? He's got a cult like following. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know if he's like extremely violent this because I saw Kenny Omega like tweeting him like, "Oh, maybe you should stop like turn on the rhetoric." But then at the same time, it's like if you listen to like any other wrestling podcast, it's a lot like anti-WWE in a way. So I don't know if Jim Cornette is worse. Him and Russo seem to have the cults, don't they?
Yeah, he's not worse. He just does it for a different team. I think. Is he in worse than some of the shit WWE get? Probably not.
Yeah, that's I don't know because I don't listen because I know that he's a problematic racist.
I did see
I don't want to condone his views.
Everyone's favourite Simon Miller.
Yeah.
He tweeted out saying his new goal is to get the AEW and the WWE rosters to swap and just watch everyone lose their mind.
Yeah, fair.
I'd be all up for that.
I would love that. What would people do? Just the world would implode.
It is weird how tribal people are, isn't it? But yeah,
it's like we mentioned Christian earlier, and if he was in the Continental title in WWE, you're pushing the old guys, you're holding the young people down, and now he's in a section on AEW. I know he's not champion, but it's and him against Matt Hardy. If that was in WWE, you'd be like, you need to move on. You need to get some new people in.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely a hypocrisy, but it is what it is, isn't it? At this point. Okay, what can you do? People have picked a side, and that's it. Apparently,
you can only do one. And what's the viewers been like since it's moved to Tuesday? So obviously,
NXT is just no. So AEW and NXT both had a bump, but they've both gone down to where they were before now. Really, I think AEW got like 800,000 this week, which is disappointing, but obviously Meltzer defended it. But then NXT is like 600, low 600s now. It's not. Raw worst rating ever this week.
What was it?
1.4 million.
I think
because I did see someone saying that they thought AEW was going to overtake Raw.
Yeah, I don't. They might do in like one of the little demos that they always mention now.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to low viewership. And also, like I was looking at a view of like all the viewerships. Every time Raw goes down, AEW seems to go down with it. It's really bizarre because I wouldn't think there would be much crossover, but the viewership is quite obviously. Raw's been like to like 500,000, 750,000 above it all the time.
Yeah,
but there's quite a for the most part there's quite a sync. It's really strange.
I think you might see viewership go back up now. Crowds are back anyway.
Yeah, well that's what they were saying with AEW, and it didn't this week because they had the first show on the road this week, and it didn't go up like they were expecting. But then I didn't really see a lot of hype about AEW this week.
I think
compared to like Blood and Guts.
I don't think it'll be straight away. I think after a couple of months, once things are just settle back down again, back in routines, you'll see things just go back up a little bit.
I hope so. I mean, I don't. I hope so because Raw is just too long.
I don't watch weekly wrestling,
but SmackDown's a very good show to watch.
I literally read the headlines and that's
yeah. Raw needs to go back to 2 hours, but it never will.
Also, it's just for me. It's just because it's on a Monday. Like SmackDown, I've got all weekend to watch it. It's good timing.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, go on, Peters.
Yes. Right, so mine links in with today's theme. Can I reveal today's theme?
Well, yeah, they've already seen the title.
The Thunderdome.
Yeah. Bailey. Oh, God. 9 months.
How did she injure? Because I heard it was a freak accident. She was just training or something.
Yeah, I can only assume that she's either done a knee or a shoulder.
It's an ACL.
I assumed it would be
apparently
an ACL, so in the headline.
In some sort of chain wrestling drill.
Right. I assumed when I saw 9 months that it was going to be an ACL, but she's literally been like the one throughout the entire sort of lockdown era, hasn't she? Latterly, I know she didn't get you like at WrestleMania, she didn't really get used to her potential, but Bailey, I feel so sorry for her that she's now going to miss the next 9 months of storylines, probably a year really by the time that she gets back properly. And she would have had a lot of hype about her. Oh, Bailey.
Yeah.
I don't think she'd have beaten Bianca. At Money in the Bank. But I think they would have built a good storyline for a couple of months once crowds are back, get Bianca sort of over with the crowd a little bit, and then get Bailey back up. But she then can come back as a really good babyface again. So,
yeah, that's the positive. Then maybe she'll get like a big Triple H style pop.
I hope so, because she's been like one of the constants throughout the entire sort of pandemic era. Hasn't she? She's been really good throughout it as well.
Yeah. She's. Do you prefer heel baby or fit? Heel Bailey or face? Or face Bailey?
I prefer heel because I didn't get the face character.
I think the face character kind of ran its course, didn't it?
Yeah, I think. I mean, the face music was incredible. Like I could literally listen to that at any sort of house party and get hyped, like Mojo Rawley. Yeah. But I didn't. It felt as though it appealed to a younger audience, and then that sort of weaned away. Do you
think face Bailey appealed to a younger audience? I mean, that's what I'm coming for. I don't think they were aiming at you, Peters.
Well, no, but you know what I mean. Like, no, but you know what I mean. Like, I think once then the people that, apart from that weird fan, got older, I think they sort of started to turn off it a little bit, and then that's why the face turn was needed.
Yeah,
and they did it at the right time as well. To be fair, they did do it at the right time.
I don't think they did. I think you should have done it earlier.
Yeah, I think once the character had all the success, there was no need for the naive babyface character anymore. It was just like, oh, I'm just happy to be here because she'd won everything, hadn't she?
Yeah,
they messed her up by giving her the title like the pay-per-view before WrestleMania 33, was it? Instead of waiting to have a one-on-one match.
Yeah,
and they went there, but yeah.
But she was in that weird slight feud with Sasha Banks, and should have done the 10 then. I think, or should have done one of the 10s then.
Yeah,
it went on, and then they started fighting, didn't they? Because they was fighting in the Elimination Chamber, and they was fighting in the locker room, and then they became friends again, and then everyone just forgot about it.
Yeah, they went to Dr. Shelby and they sorted him out.
What's all that about?
Well, I've now got a babyface song in my head. There ain't no stopping us now. We're celebrating the blood.
Just a Lego Movie song, isn't it?
Lego Movie 1 is incredible. Lego Movie 2 is not so much.
I've only seen half of that.
I can't remember if I've seen it. I watched either that or Lego Batman, and I can't remember which one it was.
Nah, Lego Batman's good. Lego Batman's funny.
Yeah.
Lego Movie 2, not for me. Lego Movie 1 reminds me of going to New York because I watched it on the plane. So,
Did you?
Yeah, watched it on the plane.
It's one of the only DVDs I've bought recently. I bought that and Greatest Showman in like the past 7 years, and it's like I had the two films. So what does that tell you about me? I don't know.
Yeah, Greatest Showman is great, isn't it?
Have you seen it? Have you finally seen it though?
I told you I'd seen it. I watched it. I watched it for the first time in January. I've watched it about 4 times now.
If you are after, I watched it twice in the same week. I went on my own to go see it at the cinema, which is something I often used to. I used to enjoy going to cinema on my own. It was great.
It's a very solitary activity, though, isn't it? Anyway, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Go to cinema. Like sometimes if there's like if I've got like a mate and they're like, "Do you want to go do something?" I don't really fancy talking to them, but I feel rude. I'll suggest cinema because then you don't have to talk to them, but you're still hanging out with them.
When I lived on my own, it was just my Sunday night. I used to just go pick a random film every week and just go watch it.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's very strange that that's a social activity when you don't talk for like 2 hours.
I would be annoyed if somebody did talk all the way through it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
I hate people that talk.
It's just weird that like you've.
I know what you mean.
You can't go on your own. It feels like the best thing to do on your own, surely.
Yeah.
I remember once I fell asleep at the end of a film. I woke up by the cleaner.
Amazing.
Cleaning the screen. Credits had finished. It was about 10 to 11 on a Sunday night. Falling asleep on the back row. Cleaner woke me up.
That would have been great if you'd fallen asleep and got locked in the cinema.
I know, I was worried about it. She went, "Excuse me," and I went, "Oh," like that. And she woke me up and then just fucking ran off as quick as I could. Like I said, it was about 10 to 11 on a Sunday night.
You woke up and you were scared and you went by her.
No, but
yeah, but scared to lash out.
This is what it was like. The whole screen, the screen was lit up. There was nothing being shown on the actual screen. The projector had been turned off, and I was asleep at the back of the cinema. And I was watching Baby Driver.
I would have absolutely loved that if you had been locked in the
cinema.
What would you have done? What do you do in that situation?
I assume I'd have just sort of rung the police, I guess. What do you do? Hello, I came to watch a film. I've fallen asleep in the cinema and I've just woke up and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. What do I do?
You stay in till...
No, you've got to tweet about it, haven't you? Do you remember that guy who got stuck in that Waterstones in London once?
He was live tweeted it.
And it was like live tweeting the entire thing. It was great. I was hooked.
I don't think that
must have been about 10 years ago now. It was the early days of Twitter, I think. But yeah, he got locked in a Waterstones in London. Great place to get stuck, actually, to be honest, isn't it?
Yeah.
As long as the lights are on. Otherwise, it's funny.
Surely that would waste. I would want to keep my phone battery charger, and that would waste it. Surely if it's live tweeted.
Yeah. Maybe,
I'd probably
but in the cinema, you turn your phone off anyway, don't you? So it's been off quite a while. So I've had quite a lot of.
You just have to accept. Do you turn your off? Do you not put on?
Yeah, I always do.
Old school, Peters.
It says turn it off for a reason.
You're ruining the experience for everybody else.
Yeah, but that was back in the day when we had 3310s.
No, but it's not that. You still get arseholes in the cinema that fucking check it halfway through a film and all you can see in the corner of your eyes is a phone screen. Piss off. Watch the film, you dickhead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree, but I just put on
turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Peters said,
turn
it off.
I can't be disturbed that way.
I always get really paranoid that I've left mine on, but
that as well. But yeah. I just think I'm not tempted to check it. I don't want to check the time if I'm not enjoying the film. I'll just sit, watch the film, enjoy it or not.
Cinema purist. Terry Peters.
I once went into a cinema and for whatever reason I had a chewy and couldn't put it anywhere and it dissolved in my mouth.
Gross.
in between us two.
Well, credit to you for not putting it on the bottom of the seat rest.
Yeah, I couldn't do that, and I didn't have it. Normally, I have like popcorn or something, or I could just like a bottle or something. I could drop it in there. Yeah. Didn't have that, so I had to sit there.
Chewed it that much.
Just kept chewing it, and just dissolved. You can't chew it, Pete. It says you system for like 18 years.
No, it's just fiction now, apparently.
Yeah.
I've swallowed chew out of desperation.
I've swallowed a lot of chew before.
Around your organs.
So I wait for it to dissolve.
Yeah.
Well, if it dissolves in my mouth, it can obviously dissolve in your stomach.
Exactly. Yeah.
But In Between Us 2, that was.
Wow. Long time ago. Yeah.
I think I was In Between Us 1. It was an In Between Us film, I knew.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Should we do the main event? Should we do what we're here to talk about?
We've kind of transitioned to it, haven't we?
Yeah. The Thunderdome. It's coming to an end. We've had the last Thunderdome show, haven't we?
Yeah, so the last one, as this comes out, was Monday Night Raw, but it was recorded. So the last live Thunderdome was SmackDown on Friday.
Right.
Yeah, pre-record. So where's SmackDown being held from this week then?
Houston, Texas, I believe.
Houston, yes. Bet Undertaker turns up.
Full crowd.
Is DC not done?
Yeah, but it'll pop the crowd, won't it?
Yeah,
big rating.
They'll have a Stone Cold one, won't they?
Yeah,
I know he lives in Los Angeles, doesn't he?
Yeah, Los Angeles.
It wouldn't surprise me if Taker turned up with it being SmackDown and in Houston, where he's from, purely because it's the first one with crowds back. It'll get eyes on it again straight away. Big pop. Undertaker.
Do you reckon Vince will open the show? I reckon Vince will open the show.
Yeah.
I
think so.
Welcome to SmackDown.
I hope it's not Steph.
Well, just a sidetrack. I watched Stone Cold drink cocktails.
Oh, did you watch that? Did you watch that episode? It's good, isn't it?
It's only 2 minutes long, isn't it? It's not very long.
It's a delicious beverage.
Do you know what he says? Do you know what he says that about?
Is that the beer or the sex on the beach?
It's his own drink.
Oh, it's the own drink at the end of it.
It's his own drink. He drinks at the end and goes, that's a delicious beverage.
Sex on the beach. It needs to be longer, actually. It needs to be a full series, I think.
It should be half an hour at least, actually.
Yeah. Stone Cold tries cocktails. I'd love to work at BuzzFeed. Just some of the ideas are coming. We could just get Stone Cold to drink cocktails. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll fly him in.
Here's loads of money. Go do it.
Yeah.
It's $5,000, $50,000. Yeah.
I did get into a loop of watching Americans and British, like UK people, try different stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you want to know what I discovered last night on YouTube?
What?
Rate My Takeaway. Incredible stuff. Give it a watch. The guy is amazing. And he just goes, watch the Scottish one. One of the Scottish ones. He gets a deep fried pizza, but it's great stuff. He started last year. He's got over 300,000 subscribers already. He literally goes to a takeaway, sets up a little table and chairs and eats it in front of the thing and gives it a rating out of 10. Simple, but effective stuff.
So is he kind of like a rip-off of the chicken connoisseur?
Chicken connoisseur. Chicken
connoisseur.
What?
The chicken connoisseur. He was all the rage.
It's just the connoisseur now, isn't he?
As it is, he gets other places now. Is he still
doing
that?
He's doing like something with rappers at the minute.
He's been to Hull twice to try 2 things out. I think he's from Leeds.
Okay.
I think because he wears Leeds Rhinos tops a lot. So, give it a whirl. It's great stuff. That was our Saturday night playing that, watching that, and playing Connect 4.
Yeah. There's a guy on there, TikTok,
that was our Saturday night,
who does like the wheel decide, but with different takeaways. He just gets like random, and sometimes he gets real upset, but it's not what he wanted. So
happens when he uses a wheel.
He'll get like some proper crappy drink, and he'll be like, "Oh, no, the Fanta." No one's asking him to do it. Just on his own.
Just bring it round back to wrestling. Do you reckon that's what fans will do on the concourse on SmackDown on Friday?
Well,
use a wheel to decide where they're going to go and what they're going to eat from the.
Sometimes you need to in some of these arenas. Just we haven't done it for a while. Maybe I should get the menu up.
I was going to say, what is the menu for SmackDown?
Let's have a look.
I agree. I think Vince or Steph will open it, or Triple H. It'll be one of those 3.
I can't.
Have we seen Shane McMahon? Has he been around for a while?
Is he not finished?
He's still doing Raw Underground. I just don't show anymore. That's the.
It's gone so underground.
I suspect he'll make an appearance as well.
It had potential War Underground.
It was like, it was Fight Club, wasn't it?
Didn't know what it was, did it? Didn't know what it was. Toyota
that was the last time we saw Babatunde as Babatunde, wasn't it, before he became Colonel Aziz?
So the last time we saw a lot of wrestlers, actually, wasn't it?
It was Dabokato, though, wasn't it?
Was he Dabakato on that? The last time I think I saw him was as Babatunde in one of the Saudi Arabia shows.
It was Dabakato.
Okay, Dabakato.
Let's get the menu up.
Let's get the menu up.
Plan your visit. Concessions.
Well, how have we? Just thinking back to the Thunderdome at the start to what it's ended up like, which do we prefer? Original Thunderdome or screen Thunderdome?
Screen.
Yeah, I prefer screen.
What's the other version?
So no crowds.
No crowds.
Oh, the Performance Center ones.
Yeah, Performance Center.
Oh, yeah, Thunderdome. I had a great time in the Thunderdome.
I know that is the Thunderdome with the screens, but I'm just thinking about the entire thing.
Yeah. Pandemic.
They got a lot. Thing. Snack Shack, Space City Dogs, Houston Barbecue. Brew and Grub, Bill of Salad, who was doing that? Bill's Bar and Burgers. Bavarian Pretzels. Saltgrass Steakhouse.
What pretzels?
Bavarian.
Oh.
Although it's spelled Bavarian.
Jesus,
maybe it's...
I thought you said something else then.
And Cadillac Mexican Kitchen. And a place just literally called ice cream. Oh, and Cheetos Popcorn. The Corona Beach House, craft cocktail bar.
God, you don't want the Corona Beach House, do you?
That is, yeah.
After everything that's going on in the world.
Close that one. But
yeah, I prefer the Thunderdome to the Performance Center. I think the Thunderdome added a lot more depth to shows.
I think it's just the same as everything. I'm just sick of watching non-crowd stuff now. It was novel at first, and I get what you're doing, but I'm sick of it. I miss crowds, and now especially watching the football, and you've got crowds back. You realise how much you actually miss them. And
I think that's why the networks are really getting on WWE, aren't they, for wanting to end it now and come on.
Yeah.
Texas is up and again.
It's just, crowds can make something boring good. And no crowds make something good boring.
I think when you watch WrestleMania, you watching at home, you sort of fed off the crowd reaction as well, didn't you? Which is something that I've sort of missed over the last few years.
It was interesting to see, wasn't it?
It keeps you going in a way as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, although I know that on the flip side of that, Seth Rollins said that he kind of not preferred no crowds, but he said it did make it easier to tell a story.
Yeah,
because they could narrate where it went. Yeah, obviously I know that he's still very bitter about his whole babyface run ending when it did, isn't he?
That's kind of his own fault.
Yeah.
Nah. He was a bit of a dick on Twitter.
I said what we were all thinking.
I understand what you're saying, but I think sometimes that might not be a good thing because if the crowds don't, not that WWE ever do anything that the crowds like particularly anywhere, but if the crowd aren't liking something, WWE might take notice sometimes, don't they, and then change the way it is to give people what they want, like the Daniel Bryan thing.
Yeah, Becky Lynch and everyone.
Yeah,
it's his ups and downs. I think the crowd have got a good point. Crowds irritate me at times. Well, I'm saying get us back in the Thunderdome. Just have me on every screen again.
Crowds do hijack things, and that is a thing you've got to do. And the crowds are going to be worse when they come back. That's something they've got to treat every show for the next month or so at least. It's like a post-rest. The WrestleMania Raw that we went to after New Orleans was just fantastic, wasn't it? Because every segment was short, so no one got bored. Yeah,
there was a big surprise, or big impact in everyone, and it was a really, really good wrestling show, and everyone came out pretty happy. So you got to do something like that. They've really got to go all balls in, basically.
Yeah, that first recorded Raw.
Bring Vince out to open the crowd, and just have Lesnar come out and F5 him.
He got a big pop, didn't he, at Mania? I think Lesnar may make an appearance very soon again.
Yeah. Well, he's reported for SummerSlam, isn't he?
Well, apparently, they've got no creative plans for him. Nothing for him.
I don't believe that for a second.
That's the news coming out this week.
There's no way that Vince hasn't got anything for him. Vince has been stroking his oak over him for weeks.
And also, Lashley is in their plan, doesn't he? Presumably, he beats Kofi.
Lashley Lesnar, that's what we're all here for. Would you be disappointed if SummerSlam made events with Reigns, Cena, and Lashley Lesnar? No, you would not.
No. Do you mean Bobby Ashley?
Bobby Ashley.
Who's Bobby Ashley?
That's what that new writer WWE thought he was called.
She got sacked.
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah, so anyway, everyone's saying, he didn't know the top stars' names, but she's not there anymore. She's been sacked for that.
But to be fair, though, the thing is...
I think she got sacked for slagging off on a podcast, didn't she? Because just listen to it, she sounded very kind of saying, I'm at WWE because, I need a job kind of thing.
I think the thing is with that you're never going to get people that are always interested in wrestling as a writer anyway. Are you?
I don't think I can't remember what episode we mentioned, but I think you need a healthy mix between the two.
Yeah.
It's just like if you just got a bunch of WWE fans, they don't know what they want. We don't know what we want. We'd push everyone. And
nobody would ever lose.
Might not connect with the casual fans, like, you know.
Yeah.
So you need a mix of both. Like I think like Marvel, they do it, don't they? I think they have some where the big comic book fans are always happy, and they've got some with like, oh, do you know what? I've never actually watched an MCU film before. And it's just that mix of the two.
Oh, speaking of it, Cena, he's in this new Suicide Squad. Isn't he?
Oh, I can't wait for that. Yeah, he's in everything.
But he was.
I don't like Suicide Squad. I thought the first film was crap.
It was new ones in it.
This is with the guy who did Guardians of the Galaxy.
What was watching the
James
other day
Gunn.
that had John Cena in it?
Bumblebee.
Fast and Furious 9.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But,
did they go in space in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. It's terrible. It is terrible. It's
can't
2.5 hours of my life that I'm never getting back.
The Fast and Furious Jurassic Park crossover that they've been teasing.
If you want a film that is 2.5 hours that is great, just going back to musicals, In the Heights, incredible stuff.
You know what, right? I'm saying this about In the Heights and Lin-Manuel Miranda. All your songs sound the same.
In the Heights, I thought I'd hate it, loved it.
All the songs sound exactly the same. I've watched Hamilton about 5 times.
Have you watched Moana?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I watched that for the first time last night. Anyway.
But all Lin-Manuel Miranda's songs sound exactly the same. And any of the Hamilton ones, you could just slip into In the Heights, and any of the In the Heights, you could slip into Hamilton. You wouldn't know the difference.
Not seen Aaron, not heard of In the Heights.
In the Heights is a new film. It's currently in the cinema.
Yeah.
Air out of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, isn't it?
Oh, is that where she's off?
Which one?
Rosa. I don't know her real name.
Oh, what is the real name?
She plays
Stephanie Beatrice.
Yes, she plays Gina in BoJack Horseman.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, is there in it? Yeah, and she's also in Modern Family for a brief period.
But anyway, speaking of what I was in John Cena and James Gunn told John Cena not to watch or not to read any of the comic books.
Yeah,
and just interpret the character how you want to interpret the character.
Yeah, so it works both ways, isn't it? With the yeah, I don't know. It's I was going to say, like, I don't know. With WWE, it's kind of maybe sometimes they go off like too hard, like not to try and copy people's gimmicks from the indie scenes, but then AEW don't do the opposite, do they? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when wrestlers want creative control,
some of them don't.
A lot of them, what they actually want is just a comfort blanket of doing what they've always done in the indies. And I think Sami Zayn said this in a thing before. He's like, yeah, I came in, I got stripped down, I couldn't use my current character, I had to start again. But actually, that's going to be a much better performer.
Well, you see,
and I think Aleister Black's not going to do that, but like some of them, like the Alien or the bloody wrestling dinosaur, you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
I like Luchasaurus.
Those gimmicks before.
Yeah, but he's a wrestling dinosaur, isn't he?
How long does it go for?
I know what you're saying. I do.
Like, what's the character development? What's the character arc of a dinosaur?
Yeah, what is he?
Mate, the other dinosaurs.
Yeah,
turn them into other dinosaurs,
isn't it?
Or lay a dinosaur egg.
Yeah.
Or create AEW Jurassic Park.
Oh my god,
it's a bit terrible.
There you go.
But
Cody's just a little T-Rex going.
Yeah. But you know, when you fantasy book yourself, we all do it. In my head, I'm Brock Lesnar.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't lose. You don't lose any matches.
Don't let anyone tell you you're not us.
No, but that's how you book yourself, isn't it?
No, in my head, I'm a company guy. Just does what he's told, goes where he needs to be. I'm Zack Ryder.
That is the most Terry Peters thing I've heard. That you get the power to book yourself, and you don't put yourself at the top of the card. You make yourself a jobber.
Yeah, 2 minutes worth of work, can I? It's like if I was to ever to be
Brock Lesnar does 5 minutes work a night. He's at the top. He's getting paid the most.
If there was ever any football position I'd like to be, backup goalkeeper.
No, you're wrong.
Third
choice goalkeeper.
Sonny Warner.
Yeah, you don't even have to go in the squad.
No, because they don't earn as much, do they?
No, but they're still earning. Scott Carson at Man City. He's not played for 4 years, but he's earning $50,000 a week. Rob Green at Chelsea. That's what you want. That's the fair choice keeper. So there's no danger of you getting thrown into.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Well, either way, goalkeeper as a backup of something.
You don't even have to play the cup games. That's what you do.
Although Scott Carson did play a cup game, didn't he?
Yeah, unless something disastrous happens, like Tony Warner when he was in goal for City once.
Yeah,
against Millwall. What a shambles.
We won that game, didn't we?
We did, but luckily.
What are we talking about here?
Thunderdome. Oh yeah.
But
just realised.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think wrestlers don't need creative control. I think you need somebody at the top because otherwise, how do you?
I think you need a little bit. You need a little bit, but it seems like WWE, all the top guys get. You know, like you saying like Roman Reigns isn't just going in and going, "What's my line?" and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Thunderdome, I know we said that Bailey was potentially the MVP. And up there is old Roman, isn't he? Yeah.
Roman Reigns. This whole thing of Roman Reigns
with his new teeth.
Mm-hmm. His brand new look, his brand new attitude.
Coming back because he rightly said at the start of the day, "I don't want to wrestle" because he turned down a main event at WrestleMania
a week before.
Yeah. And someone says he's going to get punished for that. I don't think he has.
That's the point, right? Because I remember Brian Alvarez having a right rant about WWE and how like Sami Zayn, because they took the Intercontinental title off Sami Zayn because he wasn't on the shows. And they were like, "Oh yeah, they're just they're saying not punished." And there was like a whole thing about like, "Oh, Roman Reigns, like they're not even mentioning his name now. Like obviously he's got heat with Vince." Roman Reigns comes back, wins the title in his first week. I think Sami Zayn did the same, really, with the Intercontinental, came back and won it straight away.
Even if Sami Zayn hasn't won the Intercontinental title, he's been on TV for every week for a year.
No one has been punished. Like they said, like I know Bobby Roode's probably not on TV as much. No, Bobby Roode's been tag champion since, hasn't he?
Yeah, Bobby Roode was in a tag program on SmackDown.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone who's kind of said, "You know what, I'm not comfortable wrestling in the pandemic era."
Daniel Bryan, was he? He wasn't wrestling.
No, he stayed for it. Yeah, he stayed. Yeah, because he had that amazing match with AJ Styles, didn't
he? Yeah.
Where is Daniel Bryan? Is he still like?
He's not signed to anyone.
I was going to say I didn't know what the deal with.
I think he's done it. He didn't say he was done. He pretty much said he was finished. I think, didn't he?
Well, apparently he wants to. When the whole like New Japan talks were happening with WWE, apparently it was specifically, can we have some sort of deal where Daniel Bryan works for you and also works for us, but also can he not wrestle like Jon Moxley or any of the AEW guys? I think that's why it's been too complicated. That's the inside scoop.
Yes, wrestling journalists,
broadcast journalist here. But that's what I've heard from Ollie. It's so easy wrestling. If you ran like a wrestling news site, it'd be so easy. Yeah, you just sign up to fight. You sign up to Fightful Select and just print what they say. Like it's just
you just print opinion as facts.
Yeah, but like Fightful Select to get all the scoops these days, and everyone else just copies them. Shout out to Sean Rossap at Fightful.com.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I think Roman Reigns has been booked stronger than anybody else ever.
Is he the best wrestler in the world now?
Yes.
Is that a thing? Is he better than Kenny Omega? Is he better than Okada?
Yes.
Is he better than?
I don't watch Okada, but yes.
Yes. There is some Mark Turner hair out there. Like this is the problem. Like they only watch WWE now. But yeah,
Kenny Omega's not even the biggest one in this promotion.
No,
Kenny Omega's the champion, and the one we watched, he was wrestling at the start.
Yeah. No, I think Roman Reigns is just on a different level completely to anyone.
Kenny Omega may well technically be the best wrestler, but I'm saying AJ Styles is as good as it probably.
Yeah, but I also think like it's like attribute points in it. Like you might have 10 out of 10 for wrestling, but if your other stuff's not up there, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns could only get away with 7 or 8, but because his character work's so good, they're going to lose into Hollywood soon, aren't they? Like they need to take advantage of Roman Reigns. They need to get all the big matches out of the way soon.
He's already been in Hobbs and Shaw, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been in Hobbs and Shaw. There was I don't think he can get it, but I'm sure there was rumors he was going to be like, is it Craven? I don't know, John Craven in the Country File.
The history of Blue Peter.
Yeah. No, Craven the Hunter in the Spider-Man films.
Well, there's that many superhero films now. Where do you go for you big muscle guys? You're going to go to wrestling, aren't you?
We're still waiting for Becky Lynch to pop up, aren't we? I've not seen Black Widow yet, but apparently she's in a Marvel film, an unnamed Marvel film.
Is there not a new one with Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah,
Black Widow. It came out last week, isn't it?
Because it's got the other girl who was in Fight With My Family, isn't it?
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
And it's also got David Harbour from Stranger Things.
Who does she go out with? Florence Pugh.
Zach Braff is mad in it.
Is that really not like 20 years older?
That's right, because she'll have a go at you.
If they're happy, they're happy.
Yeah.
Don't
say what you're thinking, Marcus.
Braff puts his hands on
Society's decided to accept that one. Right? Right, go on Twitter or anything. They're accepted it, so just leave it. Don't comment on it. I've warned you. She'll be happy, yeah.
Well, she can come on. She wants to come on and debate me.
There'll be an Instagram story about you soon. I had this awful guy on the Wrestling On podcast is slagging off me and Zach, and I'm just sick of it, frankly. It's unacceptable.
It's not the age differences. I just think Zach Braff is weird.
Drop it. couldn't scrubs though.
Get your hands off people.
Couldn't scrubs.
Yeah, as a weirdo.
But yeah, anyway, so Roman Reigns. Yeah, he's just such a good actor. Like the whole storyline with the Usos has been going on since like August. I'm not bored of it at all. I don't know where it's going.
Everyone says The Rock. Everyone says The Rock, but what's The Rock going to do?
He's got to. Surely Roman's got to beat The Rock. I don't know how it ends, but that's kind of a good thing.
If The Rock beats,
who's like? Do you just do that? Like, if The Rock beats him, like, has anyone getting anything? I still think you have because we've getting a great storyline. But also, do you have him lose to The Rock and then Big E beats him or something like that? You know, someone you want to push to like the next level.
Well, does I don't know. They're going to get really annoyed at this. I don't know which Uso has been from the start.
Right, so main event Jey Uso has been from the start.
Is Jey going to beat him?
Oh, that would be cool. Jimmy Uso, I don't think will, because Jimmy Uso's got a lot of backstage problems, hasn't he?
Is it going to be this is the story I would book, just thinking out loud now, is because I know Jimmy's needs help. So are they going to write him off TV again?
No, he was on SmackDown as if like nothing happened. Like Roman made a comment because he was like, someone didn't like something last week, and there's a lot about last week that I didn't like. I don't know. It's like that was as far as it went.
Are they going to? No, but are they going to? I would do like Roman starts treating him like absolute crap.
Yeah,
absolute crap, and then Jey can't handle it. And that's when Jey steps in between. So he's watching it for ages, and Reigns is just berating him and beating him down.
Maybe like Roman beats it like Rikishi.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like legends like Rikishi's like, yo, you got to respect the family a bit better, isn't it? It's like
goes to Rikishi's actual house.
Yeah, he actually beats up Rikishi.
Kishi's compound.
Yeah, I'm gonna play when we're back to normal. We get some like actual like footage of them like in Samoa.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like actually at the head of the table, because we've not seen the table yet. I want to see all of them. Rikishi, Afa, CK, like everyone's there, and that's when The Rock walks in.
Do you know what my favourite bit about Roman Reigns being head of the table is? When he signs a contract, he genuinely sits at the head of the table.
Yeah,
it's
a little thing, isn't it? Like, I think
it's so believable.
The booked themselves in so many corners, like because they can't put him on anything other than the main event now, can they? Like I think that's why they moved the Hell in a Cell match the other week, because Drew and Bobby made more sense to be main event.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they put him on SmackDown, because you can't even play second fiddle to anyone.
No, and that I'm talking about WWE create stars. They've created the master star there.
Mm-hmm. Just need someone to beat him now, don't they? Yeah.
Speaking of McIntyre, is he the unluckiest WWE champion of all time? Because I thought he's been doing great stuff, and if he had had, the crowd might have turned on, because they've sort of turned on him now, aren't they?
Yeah.
But he did so much work for Raw. I know Raw's a sinking ship, but he just stopped it sinking as quick as it could have been.
Especially in the very start when they were just in the warehouse. Yeah.
His feud with Orton, I was thoroughly enjoyed.
I thought he's done some good stuff. I thought there's been some good stuff on Raw in general, but it's just because it's just too long. They just fill it with... They don't have enough good content to fill 3 hours. But yeah,
it's the hair business. We all forgot about the hair business. I can't believe to split them up. That still annoys me. But
I know it's not doing anything, have they? I saw like I was just saying it was easy to do a wrestling news site. I saw an article on Facebook that was like, I think it was from Sportskeeda, our friends at Sportskeeda, and it said, "Is Shelton Benjamin still with WWE?" And then the article was like basically like, "Yeah, it's been off to you for a while." Yeah, he is. That was the full article. Still,
we're doing the wrong thing. We'll get millions of hits for that.
That's it. Yeah, that's what we should be doing. Scrap the podcast. We'll just do a news site.
It's like I won't mention them. They're a terrible red top newspaper in England.
Yeah.
And they do like what do we know about like insert footballer's name's wife?
Yeah.
And it's like not a lot really.
Yeah, they're married to him, but that's
we know the name. They're here.
Yeah.
This was the wedding. They put a few pictures on inside their house on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's easy. Journalism's easy.
Yeah.
Really, you need to do this.
Broadcast journalist. But back to Drew. Yeah, he has been really unlucky. I thought he was going to get his big moment at Mania, and he didn't. But now I think I'm glad they're taking out the picture, family title picture, because I think people would have turned on him.
I think he can't win money.
You almost need to build to next WrestleMania now.
I think he's over stagnated a little bit in that main roster.
I think Jinder Mahal's going to cost him Money in the Bank.
He can't win it.
We're going to have a 3MB reunion, aren't we?
Yeah.
Have a 3MB.
They've started feuding, and Jinder Mahal did a promo on Raw the other week where it's like, if anyone gets injured or hurt before like Money in the Bank, because I have no opportunity, like it's not on me. And at first I'm really worried because they're going to just beat up Ricochet and take him out. But I was like, no, they need Ricochet in there because It's Ricochet a lot of match. I think he's going to cost Drew McIntyre it, and then they're going to have a feud. They're going to have a match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, just cool him off. Take him out. That's what WWE don't do that enough. Charlotte Flair is a prime example of that.
Yeah.
Cool him off. Do a feud that's not about the title.
What are you doing with her? Is she in a match?
Rhea Ripley,
I don't know. I don't actually know the.
Do you know the match of Rhea Ripley?
What is the card for Money in the Bank?
She's against Rhea Ripley again, I think.
Is that happening again? Well, Asuka's actually in the match now, isn't she?
They were attacking each other with crutches the other day. I'll try.
Yeah, in just a singles match.
Boring.
Roman versus Edge. Bobby versus Kofi Kingston. And then the 2 ladder matches. That's all it's announced so far.
So let's do. We sort of done a little bit about the wrestlers. Let's do moments. What was favourite moments of
the pandemic in general?
Of the pandemic. Well, yeah, the pandemic wrestling.
Pandemic wrestling, right?
The return to WrestleMania this year. Actual crowds, because that's still part of it. I'm classing that when they felt as though it was good enough to do a part of crowded WrestleMania this year, because it just felt like, do you know what? Things are starting to go back to normal, and do you know what? Wrestling's all right again. Wrestling's all right.
It was really good. That first night of WrestleMania was really fun. Yeah. Well, the second night was pretty good as well. Honestly, it started off slowly, didn't it? But obviously, the main event was the best match on the card. But
so that's it for me. The return to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I liked how they let everyone have the moment. You know, like even if they weren't in a match, everyone was out there in the ring gear in front of the crowd for the first time in that year.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really cool thing that they did.
So you go.
Obviously, they released that from like the week after, but for that moment, it was.
We'll gloss over that.
It was really cool. Yeah.
So that's mine.
Oh, it was a good WrestleMania as well.
Yeah, it was.
In general.
It was.
It was really fun.
And I'm a big fan of 2 night. I know it's another podcast in itself, but 2 night WrestleMania. Yes, please.
Yes. I think even if you go there, it won't get boring. Like you go to a music festival, you've got 3 nights, haven't you, in front of the stage, and no one gets bored. You got something different on. Wrestling's like a buffet.
Yeah, it gives you
a Bischoff.
Gives you a break.
Yeah.
I think, we need that because it was just
so
much 3 hours each night. It was great, wasn't it?
The only thing it would air is it would air indie wrestlers, but then fans WWE gives a shit.
I don't think it would though.
Yeah, but they can't. They've got it's another night then where no one's going to go to there.
They can't run. Yeah.
But they would run in the morning, I think, and run in the dinner, like when we went to see ROH.
Yeah, but there's so many.
I do know what you're saying, but I still think they would be better off for it because you're going to get more wrestling fans there over 2 days than what you are over 1.
Yeah, it's good to think like we'd go for 2 days, but if you live in like 3 hours aside of the city, you might just go in for 1 night.
Yeah, but then wouldn't you just go in for the main WrestleMania?
No, because then if you say, well, why don't we make a bit of a trip of it, all the other wrestling stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I was WWE, I wouldn't care.
I'd like to see it. Where is it next year?
Dallas again, isn't it?
Dallas, yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Dallas next year. And LA the year after, isn't it?
And then
LA. Yeah. So, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it too now. I don't know what you do with TakeOver then.
Well, this is the other thing.
Last time, wasn't it?
I think that's the other reason it won't be because of scheduling issues.
Friday? Could you do it Friday?
SmackDown us.
Oh, yeah.
SmackDown's on a Friday these days, yeah.
You have to do sort of Hall of Fame Wednesday, TakeOver Thursday, SmackDown Friday. Unless, I don't know, because then you'd have to swap, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think that's probably what they do, because this year they did Hall of Fame on a Tuesday, didn't they? But obviously NXT.
I was going to say you could swap NXT and SmackDown around, but then you'd have to agree that with the networks, wouldn't you? So that wouldn't happen.
For what they did with the Hall of Fame these days, right? Because I think they limited all the speeches to like 2 minutes anyway, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could
do it on SmackDown.
Maybe just do it on WrestleMania. Just have the bit where they introduce them all, and that's it. Is it okay? I don't know, but maybe that's a bit. Maybe people.
Yeah, I know because it was good. If it was really Jim, some of it is actually quite good. I enjoyed listening to the stories, but
obviously, Michael P.S. Hayes, don't you? So.
But
that's it for every Michael P.S. Hayes is a hillbilly Jim, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what you got to think.
This is when you realise, oh god, yeah, they should have scripted them.
Yeah.
But then you get, like you say, Michael P.S. Hayes singing "Bad Street Atlanta GA," just the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, that WrestleMania 32 one was a good one. The 34 one was not a great.
Yeah, because does the boys put through the thermal?
It peaked with that, didn't it? That was it. After that, because even the Goldberg speech wasn't very good. It was like, oh, well, I wish this was football, but it's not, so I guess this will do.
Yeah, go. Yeah. That was it.
He did himself to all the rest of the fans.
And Molly Holly stayed on the stage.
Yeah, she did.
Why?
When she got inducted this year, she released a full speech afterwards, didn't she?
Yeah.
Because they only gave her 2 minutes, so she recorded one in the living room, but it was about 15 minutes long, yeah. She works backstage now. She's a producer, isn't she?
Yeah, good on her.
Yeah.
So I think my favourite one was the match with Undertaker and AJ Styles.
Ooh,
cinematic, right? Original, well, yeah, I love a good cinematic match. And I thought we'd have more, but then I'm kind of glad they haven't overused it.
Don't need to oversaturate them, do you?
Yeah, because we've not one of them. I'm surprised we don't have a cinematic match as a pay-per-view now.
You can also put the Firefly Funhouse in there as well.
I was going to say I preferred that of the two.
Did you? I preferred the Boneyard match.
Which one do I prefer? Probably edging towards the Firefly Funhouse just, but I really, really enjoyed them both. I thought they were both so well produced for what they were.
Yeah. And I
think the thing that gets for the Firefly Funhouse is a little Vince puppet. This is such good shit.
Yeah, I just like the way it was like kind of an entire,
just something ridiculous.
Entire breakdown of like Cena's career. Like, you know, kind of, it's like that long-term storytelling that people always complain isn't there for WWE.
And then remember when he joined the NWA?
Yeah, like it was great. It was great, wasn't it? Like Bischoff appearance.
I really enjoyed both. To be fair, I thought both were absolutely brilliant.
Actually, I thought that WrestleMania, considering it was like 2 weeks into the pandemic and no one knew what the fuck was going on.
It's really good.
And I was a strong proponent of him just waiting until June when he could have a full crowd again because I was naive.
Well, I remember thinking, I think I tweeted at the time, McIntyre will get his moment at SummerSlam.
Yeah, because there was rumors that they were going to have WrestleMania in June in like Madison Square Garden, wasn't there? Like, and that seemed to be like the thing that they were planning to do.
And then the world caught even more fire.
And then yeah, it just got even worse and worse and worse, and we're still here like hour long. Like, I watched this like 15 months later.
Someone said to me the other day, said, in like 20 years, do you think this will be like talking like history classes? This is our world war, isn't it?
Yeah, forget the Brexit now. This is it. Yeah,
this is our world war. We're through some.
We were saying to our kids and our grandkids, like when they're not playing outside. When I was your age, we couldn't even go outside. Like,
we was banned.
Can't you tell how lucky you are?
You know how? Do you remember like the history of medicine that you learned in like the history classes at school?
Yeah.
This will be in there.
Yeah,
this will be in there.
It's a big, and it's something that the world's gone through together, I guess, which is not nice. That's the wrong word for it, but do you know what I mean? It's not just happening to our country; it's happening to everyone. Yeah, you said I've got colleagues and friends in America and India, and we're all going through this in different ways and different times at the moments, but we're all going through it together.
Yeah,
there we go.
Anyway, wrestling.
Yeah.
What was my favourite moment? The Firefly Funhouse is good, but I just liked SummerSlam, the first pay-per-view in the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
You'll never see it coming. And we bloody didn't because it was bloody Roman at the end. And you got Cole going, who the hell? And then with that, but the hell, it's Roman, he's back.
Yeah, and everyone went on about his teeth.
And the plane's about to set off from Ross's room.
The plane is about what's going on here.
It's my shower pump.
Okay.
You need a
because the house is the boiler's quite old. It's not a boiler; it's a hot water tank, and the shower pressure's rubbish. So there's a pump installed, and I just happen to be in the room connected to the shower pump.
Excellent. Right, we'll try this out afterwards. It's fine.
So, it is what it is. I can't do anything about it.
There you go.
Otherwise, because no one wants a shower where the hot water the pressure's not very good.
No, we don't. No, you need a pump first for that.
Buy a new house.
Buy a new house first. Come on.
I'm trying to. So
a separate podcast studio like old Terrier.
It's my plan.
Look at him. It's a purple cube.
Maybe when I finish renovating the garage, I'll just do it there. So.
There you go. Doing that.
But that's
soundproofed.
That's later today.
Yeah,
well, it's hard enough doing what we're doing this. And what we're doing, talk wrestling.
Yeah, this podcast's been all over the place. It's been 2 in a row, hasn't
it? I'm not even hungover.
I was going to say we're not even hungover this time. No one's got any sandwiches delivered.
Oh, God, I wish I had though.
Yeah, get that bloody BMT again.
But this isn't really. We'll go back to wrestling. This isn't really pandemic related because I think it was going to happen anyhow. But it happened during the pandemic. So I'm going to say it. Undertaker's last ride. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, the documentary series.
The documentary.
I've not actually seen the end. What happens?
Thoroughly enjoyed it. He talks about the last match.
Yeah.
How it was like the best way for him to go. It's quite interesting because everyone says that he should do more of that, but he was like saying because it's stop and start, it's the worst thing for his body.
Yeah. It's going on for a while.
He needs to do it, but he said basically AJ Styles said I want to wrestle you, and he was like, oh well, I have to wrestle AJ Styles.
Yeah, because they actually know each other, don't they?
Yeah.
But it's quite good just seeing him backstage, seeing what he goes through, because it's quite easy to criticise Undertaker of the last 6 or 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
But you actually just see the pain in a man who genuinely can't give it up. Or he's so in his head of how he needs this perfect ending. And I think it happens to a lot of wrestlers. The only person who's ever had a perfect ending is Ric Flair, and he ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels as well was so close to it until that Saudi Arabia match.
Yeah,
Like,
and it is like a drug to him, isn't it? The performing, and they can't give it up. And you see that in Taker. He says, this is my last match. The amount of times he said, this is my last match, and he watches it back with his wife, and she's like, don't do it. And he's like, I can't end with that.
Yeah.
Cannot be my
obviously
last
WrestleMania
match.
33 was meant to be the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then 34, it wasn't long enough for him, which it wasn't. But it was
Yeah.
cool.
But after that, he said he felt good, and he wished he had longer. And it's
So it's basically rounded around Robinson, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah. That no wonder so many wrestlers hated that film because it strikes too close to home.
Yeah.
And that it's just really interesting because you think Taker's got it all. He's got money, he's got a wife, he's got kids, he's got everything, but he still can't give up wrestling. It's not like he's got something left to prove, or he started late, or I wish I'd done that, because he's literally done everything.
He's widely regarded as one of the best of all time, isn't he? No, he's never won Money in the Bank. That's what we need.
But do you know what I mean?
Taker in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
It's really interesting to see how he can't give it up.
Yeah, because it came out at the same time as the Jordan one, didn't it?
Yeah.
Strikingly similar, actually. But,
it must be hard, because the careers don't last forever.
No.
And if you're doing something you really do love, and he's had longer than everybody else, but it's...
Yeah. Do you wish we got the Undertaker Sting cinematic match?
No.
I do.
They've literally, the only reason them two will be together is because they've both got long black hair.
No, they're spooky dudes.
I know.
I think it's more than that. I think it's because throughout the Monday Night Wars, they were always there.
They're still stalwarts. Yeah, but someone's got to lose. That's the thing. Somebody has to lose.
Yeah.
No, and wrestling fans don't understand that sometimes. They want to see all these dream matches, but somebody has to lose.
Yeah, but it's still that Triple H decision was ridiculous. At WrestleMania 31, you'll never hear me say otherwise.
I know, yeah, it was. But again, somebody had to
lose. And it was obviously it should have been Triple H for us. I'm not going to go into it again. We're going to do it on a Sting special at some point now. We're going to do Sting in WWE. So I'll raise it there. But oh my God, that was annoying. And I'm just not going to hear anything over us. I don't want to hear your stupid argument of like, someone's going to lose. You can't just book everyone win. It's like, no, right? Sting should have been Triple H. Shouldn't have been wrestling Triple H. Should have been wrestling Undertaker. And he can lose to Undertaker. That's fine. But not a whole, oh, by the way, we've just won the Monday Night War again, like 15 years later. No one cares.
What else was it going to be, though?
Was it to get Triple H heat for his match with Ronda Rousey? Triple H can lose every WrestleMania match. He's lost like 4 in a row. You still want to see another Triple H match, don't you? At WrestleMania, probably. Some people do. I don't know if I do. Depends who it's against.
Not 45 minutes. But I would happily see him and Stephanie against Rousey and Angle again.
There we go. Yeah.
It's just...
that was a side rant, but yeah.
But it is one of them, isn't it? But everyone always asks for dream matches, but somebody has to lose, and we'll do. Yeah,
they probably should have done Undertaker in 2015 because he was only wrestling Bray Wyatt on that show, wasn't he? So, what am I? Yeah, but no, I thought it was a good way for his retirement ceremony was weird.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, they were really padding out that show. That's Survivor Series.
That was Survivor Series, which I get was it 30 years or
30 years, but it was just there was no crowd there, and it was like you think Taker deserves more. Yeah. So maybe Peter says like he will pop up in Houston and have a proper send off. One last big Undertaker entrance.
But I'm a big Undertaker fan, but I don't want to
do it at SummerSlam. One big entrance, and he just tombstones like Elias or someone, and that's it.
I don't want to see him.
He's done.
I don't want to see him wrestle again. I don't.
Yeah.
Someone needs to save him for himself, and he hasn't wrestled. Because they could have asked him to come back, but ratings and stuff. And he hasn't wrestled.
So maybe that's it for him. Maybe he's actually retired this time.
Yeah, and good on him. He's a hell of a career. Hell of a run.
Yeah, it's done all right, isn't he?
And he is one of them. He's right. widely regarded as one of the greatest of all time. Yet nobody ever puts him on his top 4 on his Mount Rushmore.
No, I think it's because he's never been the biggest star. He's always been there. It's a bit like Triple H. They've always been there, but they've never been like the main person. I know they tried to make Triple H and the Reign of Terror and that, but do you know what I mean? Like The Rock and Stone Cold, like the big baby faces, Cena, Hogan, they're the main 4 for me. Do you put on there? I think Undertaker's never been the guy. He's not an upper mid carder, but he's always been like top there. But he's always.
I think his longevity as well.
Yeah, that's it. That's
you
what
said
that's
about
what
the
gets him
rest that they've not been there.
No,
Stone
like the Rock's run was probably about 4 years or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, Stone Cold was the same.
Yeah.
Stone Cold was 6-7 years.
Yeah, but and everyone knows the Undertaker. Though he's a big fan of. I did feel bad that time, when he was LeBron was wearing an Undertaker t-shirt, so WWE sent the Undertaker to I can't remember who he was playing for. I think it was Cleveland at the time. Sent him to the arena in full garb, and then LeBron was like, "I'm playing tonight. I can't meet anyone." So Undertaker was just stood there, dressed as the Undertaker. There's a picture
How
of him.
Was that not like? Why did not discuss that?
No, he used to like Undertaker go down to Cleveland and dress as the Undertaker, please. So he just turned up, and it's just a picture of him looking really sad outside LeBron's dressing room, which I'm obviously gonna send you now. So let's find it.
I've seen it.
Have you seen the picture?
Yeah, I've seen it as well.
I've probably tweeted it several times actually because it's
he's one of them as well. Ticker. I'm glad he's not gone somewhere else.
Yeah, we didn't need to see me, Mark Callis, in AEW.
No, or in TNA or anywhere or just doing anything. I'm glad he's not one of them.
And I don't think it makes him feel a bigger star because of that.
Yeah,
no offense to the people who've gone.
No, but it does.
Yeah.
Like Ric Flair ruined his he didn't ruin his legacy, but he had the perfect ending.
Yeah, it was just
perfect.
Sad, wasn't it? Oh, that 30 for 30 of his is on Disney Plus now, and I need to watch it.
Yeah, and then he's busting himself open on TNA like 2 months later.
Yeah.
Because he's another one who can't let go.
Yeah, I think Undertaker is a WWE guy, not a wrestling guy. I don't know, isn't he? That's the difference. Yeah. Which is good, but yeah, I think we've covered a lot of different topics here, haven't we?
On this episode, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been going ages.
It's been good, yeah. I think it's been. But yeah, what's everyone's favourite match then? Just before we finish from the Thunderdome,
I'm gonna have to say, I don't know.
Big Daddy Drew winning the fucking title. There you go.
All right, Peters. I don't. Well, this is really tough.
Drew McIntyre versus Big Show, WrestleMania extra main event.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
In fact, I know what it is.
I've not mentioned the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders in this entire episode yet, and that was like one of my favourite moments by far. That cinematic match that they had that wasn't a match.
Ninjas will really ruin your night.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I know what mine is. Men's Money in the Bank.
Oh, that was fun actually. That was really fun.
We didn't even talk about the Money in the Bank. What? This is next month or next week, isn't it? Is it going to be the same?
No,
they're front live crowds this time. It's just
I know, but are we going to be like, this is just a ladder match now? This is not. We've seen someone get thrown off a building.
Yeah, no one's going to be thrown off buildings. No one's going to be dancing on it. So yeah, there you go. It's the.
When AJ and Daniel Bryan ended up in Vince's office, what do you do to the get out?
Yeah, both of those matches were incrable.
Yeah, they happened at the same time as well, didn't they? That was it was glorious. I love that.
But now was like, is Money Back going to just because this is boring now?
I don't think so.
The standard ladder match.
First pay-per-view in front of crowds again. I think it'll be ladder matches. I thought were really because there was one at WrestleMania, wasn't there? The first WrestleMania. I thought they were so unnecessary with no crowds. In fact, I had a scrap Hell in a Cell, even though I'm just going to say that my favourite match was Rowan versus Jay inside Hell in a Cell, the I Quit match. Because it just because of the story.
Yeah.
And the way it built up and the way it carried on. But yeah, I thought that those matches maybe should have left. Giving us a break from ladder matches and TLC and stuff like that. Get in front of live crowds because you live off the pops, don't you?
Yeah.
It's just a stunt show, basically, isn't it? So it's like, I don't see the point in them killing themselves in front of no crowds, but hopefully they don't actually kill themselves on Sunday night, but hopefully there's something mental and safe that happens. I don't think the fact that it was on a bill last year will ruin it, but it was pretty cool. And I think because like Asuka just won the title straight away from that, I know it's never cashed it in. It seems insignificant, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that is true. Is it going to be the only year that the Money in the Bank's never been cashed in?
Yeah. We had the Miz, didn't we, this year? But it was shit on it.
Yeah. I was going to say he did cash it in, didn't he?
So unnecessary, but yeah.
Well, they did to put... Look, I would have just liked to see Lashley McIntyre.
Just have Lashley beat McIntyre or something.
Yeah. That was the one, wasn't it?
There you go. Yeah. He did.
I don't know what my favourite match is. I might have to go for the Taker match because I did really enjoy it. Do you know what? It's going to be a wild card, but the greatest match ever.
I was going to say no one's mentioned the greatest match ever yet.
Edge vs. Oh, and if that was in front of crowd, that would have been 5-star classic for me. That was really, really good.
Yeah. It's a shame that Edge got injured from it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And part of it didn't even make the TV. That's why Dave Meltzer, our friend, refused to give it a rating. Said it wasn't a proper match. Gets to reshot some of it.
Yeah. Don't matter though, does it, when you watch it?
No, as long as it's good on telly, innit? Yeah. I know. I thought that was really good. That was a weird backlash, and it was considering there was a lot of pressure put on them
to have the greatest match ever.
Like they did a damn good job. Really good.
I thought they did really, really well. I'm going to say that.
AJ versus Daniel Bryan as well, of course, and then NXT UK, Walter versus Ilya Dragon. I was like,
got 5 stars, didn't it?
I have watched that. That match is incredible.
Yeah, they're building up to it again, I think, aren't they?
That's going to be so good in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
Walter's in my favourites. Yeah, I love Walter. I love Dragon Love as well. No, I don't like that guy.
Walter Poop. Walter Poop's the best one. Yeah, Walter Poop's NGW run when he was Travis T was one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah. We all know the greatest moment of NGW.
Of course.
Nathan Cruz, right?
Of course. Nathan Cruz. Shout out to Nathan Cruz.
No, don't shout out Nathan Cruz.
No, sorry.
The man's a chancer.
Don't shout out to Nathan Cruz.
He's a chancer and a charlatan.
Wow. Well, he never replied to my cameo.
Exactly.
Request, so.
He's a piece of shit.
You do. You got Gangrel.
Yeah, well, I did that. It's less space up. I'm under more pressure on Gangrel to find a bloody t-shirt.
I know.
Yeah. Shall we leave it there then, gents?
That was Pandemic Wrestling.
No, there's one big highlight of the Pandemic Wrestling that we've not discussed. The advent of the Wrestling Around podcast.
Yes.
There we go. If you want for a pandemic, we've been talking about it for years, literally years. Going, it'd be good if we did a podcast. The pandemic actually gave us a chance to do one.
No, we've done one. No, here we are.
And here we are, like over a year later. Episode 68, I think this is.
Christ.
Still going strong. We all know what the next one is.
I know, that's the one that we invited Aaron to. So that makes sense, doesn't it?
Because you're not saying it. Yeah. That's going to be next week then. Thank you for all your support, guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Next week we're getting wine dined. And
next week we're going to treat you with an invasion.
Invasion. We're doing invasion with invasion.
We're doing invasion the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's not the best pay-per-view in the invasion. That's my favourite one's the Survivor Series. But it's good to see because we've skated around the invasion.
20 years.
We haven't done any of it, have we?
We have not. Us 20 years. We're gonna do
Is it the biggest disappointment in wrestling history? Yeah, I loved it as a child. So
yeah,
and I've watched it back since, and I still like it. So screw anybody else. I enjoyed it.
And we'll discuss it all next week.
This week with our invasion. But you can find Terry Peters on Bell Nation. Google Bell Nation, you'll find him. He's everywhere. Lou Markham, find him. He's about.
Actually, literally find me now. Give you that much details.
No, his exact coordinates of where he is.
Probably couldn't speak to you in person. Yeah.
You mentalist. That's it. We should do Alan Partridge in round. You can find me on Twitter as @EroSeb. You can find us all Wrestling Around. Google Wrestling Around. We will be there. More importantly, join us tonight on Twitch. We've got the qualifiers for Bob in the Bank.
Bob in the Bank, yeah.
KFC in the Bank. 7:30.
7:30.
Or 8 o'clock, depending on when you can be out.
Well, no, it works this time, Ross. So hopefully we'll be at 7:30. We'll be good.
Right, that's good. On your new gaming machine.
Oh, it's so quickly. There's no loading screens now, so there's going to be less Barrymore, but more wrestling.
That's what we've all been asking about.
Yeah.
Join us next week for if you'd like to see the return, we'll have a special guest judge as well. Mr. Franklin. What are we do? Why have we got him on?
Don't know. He sent his CV in there.
He did everything that we asked.
Yeah.
And it's an impressive CV.
Yeah.
So it can't be released, but it is impressive. Join us next week for Invasion. Thank you for joining us. today, Terry Peters. Nice of you to actually show up.
Thank you.
Luke, 100% as always.
Thank you. That's good to be here.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And join us next week, where we're going to do